Hello, and welcome back to episode 10 on the Amelix SMP. I'm GTO556, and we have a special episode for today. We're going to be doing a massive progress update. The Amelix server has been hard at work, and in the last month we've completed numerous major projects. The first project is where we stand now. This general mob farm was designed by Mike Homer and built by Forrest, Raymond, Dim, Mike, and a tiny bit me. It features 4 split-density mob funnels, where mobs spawn inside of scaffolding blocks, with water at head height. This design is pretty much the new meta for Bedrock Edition general mob farms. In the center, we have a creeper-specific tower, which greatly improves our gunpowder rates. Coral fans trick the pathfinding of creepers into walking straight off the ledge, and on layers without coral fans, the creepers on the above layers just think that they're dropping down a single block. Thank you, Mojang, for not making creepers any smarter. If we come all the way down to the bottom, we also make use of a witch hut. This witch hut is, of course, also in the spawn radius and helps slightly with our gunpowder rates, but mostly it provides us with a great source of redstone. Thanks to the new changes to Witch's redstone drop rates, we get an absolute ton of it, and frankly, it's a little bit overpowered. This completes the trifecta of structure, cave, and surface spawns, and overall makes this farm rather quick. If we come over this way and go back into survival mode, we can see that we are already building up quite a lot of items. Item processing and storage was, of course, designed by Daniel, and when active, we get rates of about 9,000 gunpowder per hour and around 2,000 per hour of everything else. Currently, this general mob farm is our main source of gunpowder, but we're going to need to build a creeper-specific farm soon, as you'll see moving to our next project. Even the tens of thousands of gunpowder that we get every day AFKing this farm, that pales in comparison to the total amount of gunpowder we need. Many of you are aware that we've been digging beneath Wolfhammer's Amelix Villager complex. Our original plan was to excavate down to Deep Slate manually, and then use a World Eater to finish the perimeter. Well, we got a little bit impatient and sick of doing nothing but digging all day, so we decided to supercharge this project. We flattened this entire area out, and we finished constructing the grid for the World Eater. We have also finished digging out one of the 2 trenches that this World Eater is going to need. And once that second trench is dug on the other side, we're going to be ready to start construction on this World Eater. Abstract Voxel designed it, and Citrus designed the item distribution for it. I believe that we're going to be starting with 600,000 TNT, so remember how I said we'd need a dedicated creeper farm? Well, that's why. 600,000 TNT is a full 3 million gunpowder, or 32 double chests full of shulker boxes. Another resource that this project is going to require tons of is slime. Daniel and I, over the last couple of weeks, have put some time into developing something special to solve this dilemma. Make sure to subscribe and tune in to next week's video to learn all about that. And I appear to be stuck. Which ties us in fine, I guess, to the rest of our projects, which are going to be somewhat out of this world, or out of this dimension, if you want to be specific. About a month ago now, I showed a time-lapse of Daniel and I digging a giant chunk out of the end island. Well, now the rest of the big chunks are gone as well, and the little chunks too for that matter. The entire end island is now removed, and some interesting world regen behavior needs to be blocked for it to stay that way. Basically, every single bottom subchunk of the area needs to have a block of some type placed in it, otherwise the bottom slice of the island will just regenerate. This is also true of some areas around the main end island, where smaller islands like to regenerate every time the area is reloaded. We haven't quite gotten that covered yet, but we'll get to it soon. We aren't entirely certain what decoration is going to go into this area, so for now it remains a blank canvas. Another project that you saw me work briefly on in episode 8 is Wall Street. This kelp XP bank is yet again a Daniel design. Hundreds of kelp grow and are broken via dispensers removing the water block they grow into, then replacing it. The kelp goes into smokers, which are fueled by dried kelp blocks in an ever-replenishing cycle. We're already accumulating a massive number of excess kelp blocks, which we don't really need, but who's going to complain about too many fuel sources? To use the bank, we just need to flip on XP mode, open one of the doors, and pull the dried kelp out from the smoker. Since the farm isn't active right now, it's already in XP mode, and the open doors show us which smokers have already had the XP pulled from them. When XP mode is turned off, all of the doors will automatically close. We can go over this way, and we can see that good use has been gotten out of this so far. And open this, pull out the kelp, and as you can see, it repaired my pickaxe to full durability in one go. This gives a ton of XP, and the reason that it's not running right now is because we need a bot to be AFK here and keep everything growing, but we're currently using a bot at the general mob farm, which we talked about earlier, and having more than one bot on at a time just causes a little bit of unnecessary lag. Now, our final project has the smallest physical footprint of anything we've seen today, but it's by far the most complex system from a redstone perspective, and in my view, it's the most exciting. That's not because of its utility, but rather because it's the culmination of 7 full episodes worth of work. Designed by, of course, the one and only Daniel, this potion brewer has been the main point of every single one of the silly farms we built in episodes 2 through 8. This brewer allows us to brew 1 through 9 shulker boxes of any potion type we want, including the various modifiers like splash or lingering. It also has built-in safety mechanisms to prevent incorrect inputs, like trying to add both redstone and glowstone. First, we're going to select our potion type. I've selected night vision. Then we're going to come over and select any modifiers that we want. I want longer, so I've selected redstone. At this point, if you wanted a lingering potion or a splash potion, you would make that selection as well. And just to demonstrate the safety feature real quick, if I select glowstone, it's going to automatically turn it off and reset. So we'll reselect redstone there. And now I want to decide how many boxes I want. So I just want 1, so that's already good to go. We're missing a couple of ingredients so far, but that is mostly just things that we have yet to load into the machine, or things like golden carrots, which we need to set up crafting for. Now that we're ready to brew, we just click the Submit button and wait for our box to finish. Let's go into Spectator and check out what's going on in the circuitry. The first thing that happens is the selector panel decides which hoppers we're going to unlock up at the top here. As you can see, the torches here and here correspond with our choices down below. These effectively act as AND gates, firing only the correct ingredients into our water streams. This maze of water streams supplies the correct ingredients to their necessary places in the brewing order, and this timing circuit over here ensures that everything gets added at the right moment. Over on this side, we can see that the potions snake down along this line of brewing stands before eventually making their way into this shulker loader right here. Once this shulker box fills up, it's going to be broken and sent along another water stream, which is going to take it eventually to its final place in our output chest here. This system acts very quickly, and as you can see from the light being on, we have already brewed an entire shulker box of potions just in the very short amount of time that it took for me to give this explanation. Obviously, this just glosses over all of what is going on to make these steps happen. But the good news is that if you're interested in learning about these specific processes, I do believe that Daniel plans to release a world download for this brewer sometime in the near future. Join the Amelix Discord, link in description, to stay up to date on new releases, server progress, and to chat with the Amelix community. There's a ton of other small projects being completed on the Amelix SMP every single day, but if I covered everything, this video would never release. Please remember to like, subscribe, and leave a comment telling me what your favorite build from today was, and make sure to pay attention next week for one of the most game-breaking tutorials ever released on Bedrock Edition. Bye!